What is national development? What actually is a developed country? We have this misconception. When we go to Dubai, there is a lot of infrastructure, building, skyscrapers, good transport system. Everything is well organized. It's an semblance of a developed nation. Though Dubai is not a country, it's a profit in a country. Then when you go to the United States of America, there are a lot of infrastructure, skyscraper, good transport system, good health system, and everything. And we call it a developed nation. The same thing with most of the European country. And you go to China today, there's a lot of factories at China and a lot of infrastructure at China, and we call it developed nation. Then a typical African leader see development as the production of those things or the possession of those things. We believe that if you have a good railway system, good healthcare, good transport system, infrastructure, electricity, we become a developed nation. I disagree with that. For me, I believe that those are the products of development, not development itself. Those infrastructure does not make you a developed nation. You contract a Chinese company to build road for you, to build satellite for you. You contract a German company to build road for you. You contract an American company, a Russian company to produce weapon for you, and you possess those things and you feel that the country is developed. No, for me, that is not development. In short, the possession of those infrastructure is not development. Rather, they are the product of development. Then, what is a developed country? A developed country simply means that a nation in which the consciousness of the citizen have been raised to the extent that it translates into creativity, patriotism, and orderliness. A country in which the consciousness of the citizen have been developed to the extent that it translates to productivity, it translates to patriotism, and it translates to orderliness. That is development. So, developed nation or development is all about the people, not the infrastructure. Now, when the people are being developed to the extent that their consciousness can translate into productivity, factory will automatically sprint. Good road would automatically be built. When the consciousness of the people is developed to the extent that they are patriotic to their country, they would think most of the country. Corruption, and you see, there are two types of corruption. There are so many corruption. So many of the countries are corrupt. American is one of the most corrupt countries. They engage in war that favor the American industrial complex. The war now brings money to the state. You see, there are two types of corruption: people that takes money out of their country and people that engage in international corruption that brings money into their country. People that brings money into their country, absolutely nothing bad. That is how the world is designed. People that takes money away from their country, those are the type of people that should not be allowed to live freely. So when the consciousness of the people is developed to the extent that they are patriotic to their country, corruption will reduce. Patriotism will make somebody to look and say, this pothole in my veranda, let me fill it. Patriotism will let people to maintain the facilities. I've seen government fix street light and people went ahead solar street light and stole all the battery. They removed the street light. I've seen that. The manhole, the ions that they used to cover those manholes, people remove them because they are not patriotic. When people develop to that extent, then they are patriotic, those things will remain there. And when people develop to the extent of being productive, they will be able to build their own infrastructure. They don't need to rely on foreign companies to do that. That is development. So the concept of national development, like in Africa, when they want to do poverty alleviation, they buy keke for people. That keke you are buying is not being produced here. In essence, you don't even empower your people. You are empowering the people that produce those keke, that are the ultimate beneficiary. The country that produces that keke. We train people in tailoring work and then we go and import tailoring machine, sewing machine from whichever country that produces that, and then you gift it to the people. You gift it to the people. You feel that you empower them. No, the ultimate beneficiary are people who produce that sewing machine, not you that bought in large quantity and share to your people. Those are not development. Those programs cannot alleviate poverty. Poverty is about the person, the individual. So development is all about the people. For a country to develop, the people must arise or exhibit that consciousness that can translate to orderliness, patriotism, and productivity. That is development. When that consciousness is exhibited by majority of the citizens, the country automatically developed. Automatically, those infrastructure, those things I call product of development, will automatically sprang up and they will be maintained. So in essence, the way we pursue development in Africa is not the way it's supposed to be. We go to Western nation, we see monorail, and we come here and we build it. No. And the building is not done by an African company. You bring in a Chinese company to build it and you say you are developing the state. No, I don't believe in that. Afrocentrism is against that. Afrocentrism means that we must build our railway, we must build our road, we must build our hospital. We have good doctors. Our doctors must man our hospital. That is what Afrocentrism is all about, and that is the true extent of development. Thank you very much.